What if a simple pair of shoes given in kindness sparked a chain of compassion so powerful it transformed an entire town? Once upon a time, in a lively little town filled with markets, laughter, and the buzz of daily life, there lived a humble cobbler named Thomas. Thomas was neither wealthy nor influential, but his heart was immense, and he was known for his unfailing kindness. Thomas's small shop stood on a busy street corner. He spent his days crafting sturdy shoes for the townsfolk, ensuring they fit comfortably and lasted long. Despite his modest income, he always found ways to help those in need. If someone couldn't afford to pay, Thomas would repair their shoes for free, saying, "Good deeds always find their way back." One cold winter morning, as Thomas opened his shop, he noticed an elderly man sitting on the curb outside, shivering from the biting wind. The man's clothes were ragged, and his feet were bare, red from the cold. Without hesitation, Thomas beckoned him inside. "Come in, sir," Thomas said warmly, helping the man to a chair near the fire. He handed him a cup of hot tea and a blanket. Then, rummaging through his shop, Thomas found a pair of shoes he had just finished making. "These should fit you well," Thomas said as he gently placed the shoes on the man's frostbitten feet. The old man looked up, tears streaming down his face. "You have saved me," he whispered. "I have nothing to offer in return but my thanks." Thomas smiled and replied, "Kindness needs no payment. Just stay warm." The old man left, his heart lighter, and his step steadier. Thomas thought no more of the encounter and returned to his work. But the story of his kindness began to spread throughout the town. Inspired by Thomas's gesture, others started looking for ways to help. The baker began offering free bread to the hungry. The tailor repaired clothes for struggling families. The blacksmith offered his services to farmers in need. Thomas's small act had sparked a ripple of compassion throughout the community. One day, a finely dressed gentleman entered Thomas's shop. His coat was elegant, his boots polished, and his demeanor calm yet commanding. He looked around before approaching Thomas with a warm smile. "Are you the cobbler who helped an elderly man last winter?" the gentleman asked. Thomas nodded, puzzled. "Yes, but it was only a small gesture, a pair of shoes and some tea." The man's face lit up. "That elderly man is my father. He told me about your kindness, and I've come to repay your good deed." Before Thomas could decline, the man placed a heavy pouch of coins on the counter. "Use this to improve your shop or help others, as you see fit." Thomas was taken aback. "I didn't help him for a reward," he said sincerely. "And that," the man replied, "is why you deserve this." With the money, Thomas repaired his shop, bought better tools, and hired an apprentice. But he didn't stop there. He set aside a portion of the funds to establish a small community fund to help those in need. The town transformed into a place where kindness flourished. Neighbors helped each other, strangers became friends, and everyone worked together to ensure no one was left behind. Years later, when Thomas grew old and retired, the townsfolk honored him with a statue in the town square. It wasn't just for the shoes he made or the fund he started, but for the kindness he had shown, which inspired others to do the same. At the base of the statue, an inscription read, "Kindness is the thread that binds us all. A single act can change the world." And so, Thomas's story became a timeless reminder of the power of compassion, proving that even the smallest acts of kindness can leave a lasting impact on the world.